Hello, my name is Zoe Abu-Baidoo. Many thanks for staying with us here on Citi News Daily on Citi TV. In our headlines for today, government's flagship education program, the Free Senior High School, officially begins today with first-year students of the various senior high schools thronging to the schools for their registration. Meanwhile, the CSSPS placement is still being fraught with some challenges. We have the details of this and many more coming up shortly. Stay with us. Let's begin with our headline stories where Form 1 students who have been admitted to the various senior high schools across the country are reporting to school beginning today. The government's long-awaited free senior high school program kickstarts, and some school authorities are under pressure from parents and wards who thronged the various campuses to go through the registration process. We have a detail of what happened today, and it has been put together by Citi News' Mina W.
Government's flagship program, the Free Senior High School Policy, began in all public senior high schools across the country today. The Computerized School Selection Placement System, CSSPS, which places students into various senior high schools, encountered some challenges, with error notices greeting some BC candidates who have been trying since September 1 to access the websites for self-placement. The free SHS policy, which is expected to cost some 3.6 billion Ghana cedis each year, was a major campaign promise by President Akufo-Addo and the NPP government. Checks by Citi News Daily at some schools across the country saw students in long queues waiting to be registered. Parents were also seen putting pressure on the administrators to speed up the process. Meanwhile, some parents and prospective students who are still having challenges with the placement this morning thronged the Education Ministry in search of solution. The Public Relations Officer for the Ministry, Otuplaha, who spoke to the frustrated parents and students, assured them of speedy resolution of their challenges. A little over 400,000 students are expected to benefit from the policy that will exempt them from paying for tuition and other fees.
Let's still stay in the education sector because heads of the various public second cycle institutions across the country say they are yet to receive the monies disbursed by the government for the start of the free SHS policy program. The government last week released for disbursement an amount of 240 million Ghana cedis for the flagship education program. According to the Ministry of Finance, the money was expected to hit the accounts of the various public senior high schools before they reopen this week. But speaking to Citi News Daily, the National Secretary of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools, CHRAJ, Samuel Jebieboa, said the monies are yet to hit their accounts. To some other stories now, where government has finally given reasons for its decision to extend the 3-year International Monetary Fund IMF credit facility program by a year. According to government, it was compelled to approve the extension because the IMF threatened to immediately abrogate the whole deal if government declined the proposal. A Deputy Minister of Finance, Kweku Kwarteng, who made the revelation on the Citi Breakfast Show today, said the IMF told them that the program had underperformed and Ghana would miss its objectives for going for the facility without the extension. The IMF announced last week that it had extended Ghana's $918 million program, originally scheduled to end in April 2018 to April 2019, although some Ghanaians have subsequently come out to backlash the Akufo-Addo government for the 1-year extension window. Mr. Kwarteng maintains that the government approved the extension because it didn't want to hurt Ghana's credible image. Now, the Office of the Special Prosecutor Bill is set to be scrutinized by public and civil society groups. This is because Parliament's Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee will from tomorrow in a series of public sittings allow for input on the bill that has been earmarked by government to deal with public sector corruption. Last week, former Attorney General Martin Abu-Baidoo criticized portions of the bill, suggesting some changes to the bill in its current state. But speaking to Citi News Daily, chairman of the committee, Ben Abdallah, said the committee was optimistic the hearing will bring some positive outcome. The Commissioner of CHRAJ, Joseph Whittal, has defended the Commission's decision to pull down the old Parliament House. According to him, although the decision was without the permission of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, it was necessary to protect the health and safety of the workers of CHRAJ. The Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, CHRAJ, was accused of stampeding the authority of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, AMA, by proceeding to demolish the chamber and adjoining offices of the old Parliament House in Accra without getting the requisite permit from the AMA. But speaking to Citi News Daily, Joseph Whittal said he was certain the AMA will grant them the permit, although they have to a large extent already carried out the demolition without their permit. And that will be all for today's edition of Citi News Daily on Citi TV. We'll come your way same time tomorrow as we bring you stories making the headline. Do make a date with us. Many thanks for watching.